Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to do a quick little tour of the book cart that I have next to my bookshelves. This cart consists of mostly my current TBR, all the books that I haven't read that I want to read and will eventually get to, hopefully this year if not next year. And I wanted to do just a quick little tour and also take the time to talk about some of the books that I really want to read. So let's go ahead and start the tour. So on the first little tier of the book cart, I have my most anticipated reads / the books that I want to get to first. A few of these I have planned to make specific videos about. For example, I have Caraval here and Throne of Glass, which I have never read before, and I really want to make like a little video series reading these books for the first time. And I especially really want to read Caraval soon because I know everybody has been gushing about the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, which is like a kind of like spin-off / sequel the series, so I really want to get into that so I can go ahead and read those 3 books. I believe it's a trilogy. And then I know Throne of Glass, obviously written by Sarah J Maas, who wrote the ACOTAR series, which I fell in love with, and I really want to read more of her books because I really like her writing style and I feel like I would really enjoy this series as well. And then I have a few other books here. I have a few like thrillers, a few dark academia. I have this poetry book by Emily Dickinson that I really wanted to read more of her poetry because I remember reading a few of her poems back in college and I really liked her writing as well, so I really want to get into that. I have one of my most anticipated mangas, which is A Sign of Affection. This is one of my current favorite mangas, and this is, I believe, the most recent English translation of it, and I know they're currently working on the anime that I think is going to be coming out next year, so I'm really excited to see that. I have a few other mangas. I have Waiting for Spring, and then I have Hi, I'm a Witch and My Crush Wants Me to Make a Love Potion. This one I've never seen anybody talk about, but I just saw it at the bookstore and it looked really interesting, so I wanted to give it a try. There's that. And then here's another really popular series, The A Curious Beginning. I've heard so many people rave about this too, and it's like Victorian era inspired, like mystery-esque, so really love that. This is like a reimagining of The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Edgar Allan Poe is like one of my favorite authors, so anything and everything related to him I will read and check out. Yeah, those are pretty much the few most anticipated books I have over here. Now let's move on to the second tier. So for the second tier, I first of all have these paperclip bookmarks here that I just kind of have on the side because I don't really know where else to put them. So I'll just go ahead and move them for now so they're not in the way. And then I also have these 2 little like pencil pouches, which I have some tabs and some like highlighters and things for when I'm reading and annotating. So I also just have that there on the side. But I have a few more series that are really popular that I've just never read. Like here I have the sequel for Caraval, and then I have the first book for the Shadow and Bone series and the first book for, or actually I have both books for the Six of Crows series. Also going to be planning on videos for these, reading these for the first time, and just kind of want to record my reactions to them, see if I like it, if I don't like it. I know for Shadow and Bone, This one has a lot of mixed feelings. A lot of people don't really like the series, but a lot of people always end up falling in love with Six of Crows. So we'll see what my opinions are on those. And then here I have a book that I believe came in a Fairy Loot subscription box, and this was one of their like kind of extra like free books, I guess, that came in it. I don't think I've heard a lot of people talk about this, but it looks pretty, so we're gonna give it a try, even if it's just for that reason. And this book I actually found at the 99-cent store. It just looks, first of all, beautiful, and I really love collecting books that have this kind of like gothic spooky vibe to them. I have like a whole shelf dedicated for red and black covered books that it's kind of like a collection that I have going on, and this is one of the books that really well, but it also just sounds really interesting. I think the premise of this book is that it's a book that talks about the relationship between the mind, body, sex, madness, pain, and the existence of God, and that just sounds really interesting to me, and obviously like it looked really pretty, so even if I don't end up liking it once I do read it, it's still a really pretty book that I love to just have displayed on my shelf. So that's another one. And I have this book, Fear the Flames, which is by Olivia Rose Darling, and she's a bookstagrammer, I believe. Saw this and her promoting this book on her Instagram, and I wanted to give it a try because it's about dragons and romantasy, and those are like two of my favorite things, so I wanted to give this a shot and also just support creators and indie published books. And then over here on this side I have two little like poetry collections for Rumi. I've never read Rumi before, but I've also heard great things about them, and from what I hear, I think a lot of his poems are really up my alley regarding like spiritual, love, relationships, friendships, all that stuff, and it just sounds really nice, so I wanted to give that a shot. I got those at Barnes & Noble's. I'm not sure if it's like a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, but I got those there, and I got them for pretty cheap too. I think they're on sale, so that was a steal. That's pretty much for the second shelf. Now we're just gonna move on to the third tier. So here's the third and last tier, and as you can see, I have a few books just kind of just sitting here on the side because I kind of ran out of room. But here we have Heartless by Marissa Meyer. We have The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones, and we have The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray. I know this book's pretty, oh, you can't even see it. I know this book came out a few years ago, and it's essentially the kind of like origin story of the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, and I saw a lot of people say this was very like heart-wrenching, very like beautiful, so I really wanted to give it a shot. I've had this book for a while now and I just haven't read it, so maybe I'll get to it soon. Maybe I'll do a video where I just read books that I've had for like years, because I'm pretty sure I've had this since like 2018. And then this book too, I'm pretty sure I found this book at like Dollar Tree or something, another one I got for really cheap. Never underestimate 99-cent store and Dollar Tree, honestly. They have some pretty good books. I remember, I think I one time saw one of the sequels for A Curious Beginning as well, but I just didn't get it because it was hardcover and I really wanted the paperbacks. That's another one that we have here, and I have another one here on the side. This one's also from 99-cent store. This one, again, I got because of the cover. Collecting red and black books, as I've established earlier, but it also just sounded very interesting and like mysterious and kind of a little dark, so that really caught my attention. I love anything gothic related or spooky books. Those are some of my favorite as well, so not only does the cover match my little shelf, but it also just sounded really cool. Going back to the books on the actual cart, I have the first 2 books in the Serpent and Dove trilogy. This one's about a witch and a witch hunter that I think they get into like an arranged marriage or something, and it's more, again, also like romantasy. I think this one also has some mixed reviews. I'm not sure, but I really like them, and again, the covers are pretty and they match my little shelf that I'm making. So interesting to know what my opinion is about those. I have these Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This one was also really popular back when it first came out, and it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet set in Shanghai, I believe. Let me check if it's Shanghai. Yep, Shanghai. And I think this one also had some mixed reviews, but I love Shakespeare, so any kind of story that involves Shakespeare or one of his plays, I'm most likely going to check out, just because I'm an English major, you know, like that's just my thing. So, and then here I have another book from Sarah J Maas. Again, really like her writing, really love the ACOTAR series, and I've heard that apparently there's like a lore that connects all of her books together, and it's kind of like her, like she's created her own little like Marvel cinematic universe kind of thing. And apparently there's a lot of hints in these books, this one and the second one, that connect Throne of Glass and the ACOTAR series together. So really interested to see that and know what the heck that's all about, because I love lore. So anything involving lore, I'll eat it up. And then here I just have a few other books. I think this book was also from a Fairly subscription, and it was one of those extra like free books that came in it in one of the boxes. I have this book that's about moon magic. It talks about crystals, and just the energy of the moon and how it can affect you and how you can use it to try and help relax and meditate and maybe even better your energy. I thought that was really interesting. I love the moon, anything that has to do with the sky and the midnight sky, so anything like that really catches my attention. And not that I necessarily believe in all that stuff, but I just find that really interesting, and I think learning more about it is just really fun. And then here I have another book that's also been on my TBR for years, probably also since like 2018 or something. I also really need to get to. I know this one's a pretty liked series, I believe. I think a lot of people really like this series. It's also got that kind of like witchy, ghosty kind of vibe to it. I'm really interested to see how I end up liking it. Now that we went over every little tier of the book cart, I kind of wanted to do an overview of the little like decorations and stuff that I have on the cart, and also like kind of hanging around. So for starters, I have a little ghosty book sleeve here with a BTS little, I don't even know what these things are called. What is them called? Like little sign, little thingy that you wave around. I just have that here. I have a few tapes that I just have. I have nowhere else to put them. I don't want to put them on my desk, so I just have them here. I have this random cardboard tube that I have a lot of my lanyards here. I have one from my school. I have some, I have this Jack Skellington one. I have some BTS ones. This one's a fan-made one with BT21 as Pan Dulce. And then on this other side, I have this little pin flag, and I have this little Pikachu from the Game Theorist. That's one of my favorite YouTube channels, and I bought this little guy because he's just super cute. And I have this little pin flag with a lot of different pins and buttons that I've gotten over the years. I just have it hanging here on the side. And then I also have this little spooky ghost just chilling in the back here. And I also have a lot of little like magnets and stuff. This is actually a button, but I just made it into a magnet so I can kind of have it up displayed. And this is a sticker. It's a corpse husband little sticker that I have, a little magnet. And I have these, and I have a few other magnets here on the sides. I have this really big and heavy magnet that I got from a Bookish box subscription. I have it over here at the bottom because it keeps falling down because of how heavy it is. It doesn't really want to stick up there at the top, so I just put it there. But that's pretty much it for the book cart tour. This is my little book cart. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a little slanted because of all the books that I have on there. I think I got a little crooked from it, but anyway, this was my book cart with not all of my unread books, but the ones that I really want to get to the soonest. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next one.